the enigma of the Kremlin. The boy from a gritty, rat-infested communal apartment in post-World War II Leningrad who grew up to hold absolute power over the world's largest nation for over 2 decades. Vladimir Putin's journey from a street-fighting teenager to a KGB spy, and ultimately to the undisputed master of the Kremlin, is a story of calculated patience, ruthless ambition, and the dramatic reshaping of modern global politics. 1. From Leningrad streets to the KGB. Born in 1952 in Leningrad, now St. Petersburg, Putin grew up in a Soviet Union scarred by war. To protect himself from neighborhood bullies, he took up sambo and judo, martial arts that shaped his lifelong philosophy: if a fight is inevitable, you must strike first. Driven by spy movies, he joined the KGB, the Soviet Secret Service, right after university. He spent the late 1980s stationed in Dresden, East Germany. When the Berlin Wall fell in 1989, Putin watched the Soviet Empire collapse. A moment he later called the greatest geopolitical catastrophe of the 20th century. 2. The meteoric rise. Putin returned to a chaotic, post-Soviet Russia. He entered politics in St. Petersburg, quickly gaining a reputation as an efficient, fiercely loyal operator. By 1996, he moved to Moscow, rising rapidly through the ranks of President Boris Yeltsin's administration. In 1999, an aging and ailing Yeltsin shocked the world by appointing Putin as prime minister, and months later, acting president. To a Russian public tired of economic chaos and weakness, the young, sober, and tough-talking Putin promised one thing: order. 3. Absolute power. Once in power, Putin consolidated control with ruthless efficiency. The oligarchs, he forced Russia's mega-wealthy elite to either submit to his authority or face prison and exile. The media. Independent television networks were brought under state control. The image, he carefully crafted a persona of strength, frequently pictured riding horses shirtless, hunting, or scoring goals in hockey matches. 4. Changing the global order. On the world stage, Putin sought to restore Russia's status as a superpower. This culminated in increasingly aggressive foreign policies, from the annexation of Crimea in 2014 to the full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022. These actions deeply isolated Russia from the West but solidified a historic confrontation with NATO and the United States. Today, Vladimir Putin remains one of the most polarizing figures of the 21st century, viewed by supporters as a savior who restored Russian pride, and by critics as an authoritarian ruler whose ambitions have brought war back to Europe.